Hey friends, it's Lola with LolaWrist.com. Give me a moment and we will get going. I dread these kind of days. I don't look forward to the just dreary days and this early evening stuff. Not at all. But we are going to work today on a fun fold that I made, and I actually did it back beginning of November. But then I've been gone, and so I had it all ready to go. I posted it this morning. It's a triple Z fold, and I'm going to share that with you. Tomorrow I will actually put up the PDF with all of that information because there's quite a bit of measuring, and we'll double check it. Hey Mary, nice to have you with us today. So we're going to go ahead and get going. Give me a moment, turn this around. All right. So my machine has been a little bit wonky, and I'm trying to figure out if I need a new one or not. I really don't want to. I really don't want to buy a new one. So I'm going to see if I can get it to hold up a little more. And see if I can raise it up. I've gotten so used to this machine holding my computer and all of that stuff, and so we'll just see if we can make do with what I got here. So this is the card that we're going to do today, although it's going to look like this, okay? And I got to see if I've got it in frame or not. It's maybe this could go up. Yes. Try that. Okay. Better. I raised it up, so let's see if that's got it. This is my card that we're doing, and it's a triple Z fold. The triple Z fold allows you to have a card that stands up like this, and it is pretty, it looks confusing, it looks like it's a lot of hard work, and it looks like it's difficult, and it is not. So I want to share with you how easy it is. So tomorrow morning on my blog, I will also have the PDF. I've already got it all typed up and ready to go, so you can go on ahead and print it out. And I included the picture from the card itself, all of the maps and their directions and measurements, and then the inside of the card, and also the other one of how it stands sideways. So you've got plenty of views here so that you can recreate this card. Know that I am like the queen of mats. I like lots of mats. And so I added the Real Red mat here for contrast purposes. You could cut out the mats. You could easily just use the DSP and the card bases pieces itself. So don't feel like you have to use the mats like I do, you know, because I'm one of those that I love them. I layer them. Let me go ahead and get us started here. So this one has been prepped for us. We're going to use the greeting from the traditional labels that are in the Christmas catalog. And this is the die from it, and the Merry Christmas is straight from it. We're also going to use images from the Traditions of Christmas stamp set. That's exactly the paper too. All of the DSP is the Traditions of Christmas DSP. And the cardstock colors we're using are Secret C and Real Red. So we're going to start with a lot of pieces. So we're going to start with this one first. And this is the back piece. This is the one that will be back here, okay? So I'm going to go on ahead, and I have cut it at, and let me get my measurements out. I have cut it at 7 1/4, and I'm checking my measurements as I go. 7 1/4 by 5 1/2, and then I score it at 1 1/2 and 3 inches, okay? And then when I fold it, it is going to fold this way, like so. I'm going to use my bone folder and give that a good crease. Like so. And I'm going to set this one off to the side. Then you have, and this one, I'm going to show it to you as 3 separate pieces, but I'm going to lay it out here. You actually have a piece that is one big piece like this, and it is 7 1/4 inches, but this time it is 4 1/2 inches. 4 1/2 by 7 1/2. So when you get this, if you print off the PDF, think this is a typo. It says it's not a typo. It is 4 1/2 inches. And then I'm going to score it again. And this time I'm going to score it so that how did I do that? After this piece is scored, turn to the short side. Okay, I'm going to score it again and let's turn it this way so I have my scoring right. So again, my piece is 7 1/4 by 4 1/2, and I'm going to score it at 1 1/2 and 3 1/2 like the other one. But then afterwards, I'm going to turn it on its long side and I'm going to cut 3 strips out of that piece. Each one is 1 1/2 inches long. It may seem a little more confusing to do it this way, but this way you know that all those score lines are exactly going to match up. Okay, so again, it was 7 1/4 by 4 1/4. You score it 1 1/2 and 3, and then you cut it apart into 3 strips that measure 7 1/4 by 1 1/2 inches. Okay, then I have mats. I have lots of mats. I have 3 mats that are 4 1/8 by 3 and 1 3/8. I have several real mats that are 1 3/8 square, and there should be 6 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then there is a one that is 4 1/8 by 5 1/8, 5 3/8, sorry. And then there's 3 1/2 by 4 1/2 inches. So there's my Real Red mats. I have a piece of DSP that is going to be 3 3/8 by 4 3/8. And then I also have several little pieces of squares. There are 6 of them that are 1 1/4 inch square. Then finally we have 3 pieces that are 4 by 1 1/4. Now be careful with these, because as you're doing this, you want to make sure that all the DSP matches. In this one, I had all these DSPs with all of these diagonal lines. I don't want to cut one and have it going the opposite way, so the lines are going this way instead. So do be careful. The squares, it doesn't matter. You can turn those however you want. But these 3 pieces are the ones you need to watch. Then you also have a piece of white that is 4 by 1 and 4 by 5 1/4 inches. And I'm going to go on ahead and glue this. So I started off with Secret C and Real Red. Took it straight from the DSP color combos. And then this is that first piece that you have. I'm going to go on ahead and I'm going to go to the back of it and I'm going to put this on there, and that's where you're going to write your message. So I don't know how many of you are gearing up towards getting ready for Thanksgiving. Our family starts arriving tomorrow, and we are going to have everybody here. Sometimes it doesn't work out that way with other, you have to share them, and it's hard. Sometimes you just want them to be here, but you have to share. And when I do that, I have to be very careful that I don't tear my cardstock any more than what I'm doing, which I did. So I'm going to come back this way. And I've got plenty of adhesive on here to get that to hold. We'll do as much of the cooking as we can tomorrow. The desserts, and we can have like the sweet potato casseroles ready, the candied sweet potatoes, and we can have certain things done. So it makes it a little bit easier and faster on Thanksgiving Day, because Megan's family has to head back so that they are there Friday for their other Thanksgiving dinner. With Adam's family, we will probably eat relatively early and send the kids on their way. And same with Evan. They don't have to leave. They won't have theirs until Saturday, but they have 2 little boys that are going to need naps. So I'm going to take this long mat and I put it on the long section, and then you have 2 small sections for the scored squares. I'm going to put this here. Tomorrow is going to be making all the desserts, which is fine. The kids will like that. The girls will have a good time doing all that. Megan's really good about getting her kids involved in the kitchen. In fact, I laughed. They're taking the girls to Italy in March for spring break, and they are planning a cooking class for the 4 of them. I'm like, that's kind of fun. They're gonna, I guess, learn how to make pasta or something. I don't know. So we're gonna do this. And we're gonna do one more. The worst of this is not putting the card together. The worst of it is literally the cutting. And again, if you don't want to have mats, the other option would have been use real red strips and then put your DSP on the real red strips and disregard the real red mats. But you know me, gotta have those mats. We will not be live this week. Pam and her family will be gathering for Thanksgiving too. And we know that you guys will be too, and you're not gonna wanna be on live watching. So we will see you again next week. I do have a couple of classes that I am going to be putting out advertisements on. We have a limited is the key, number of spots for the Christmas tag class. And so at this moment in time already, almost half of them have already been signed up, because they had told me they wanted in when that DSP came back. And so I was able to order that, is it called Christmas Tags, Memory and More DSP, the 6x6 package with all the extra stuff in it. And we were able to order that while I was at backstage, and it has already gone out on back order again. So we will be having a limited class with that, and it is on December 4th. And Then we also will be having a winter card class. Not Christmas, non-Christmas, nothing there about it being Christmas. It will be a winter card class for sympathy and winter birthdays, okay? So if you are looking for winter cards for birthdays and the such, you will want to check in then. And I'm missing one of these little doodads. Where is it? I'll have to hunt here in a minute. Let's see if I can find it. One of these little squares. Both of the class will be available online. The Christmas tags will be available as the product-based class, so you're going to get a package of the DSP and enough materials to create 24 Christmas tags, I believe is how many I've got there. And you will also get a small 1/3 of the, I haven't got my name right, but it's the tags, it's the labels that, I gotta hunt for the red. The, 1, 2, 3. Oh, I already have 6. I had extra this, that's why. The gold words that you pop out, there are 6 pages in a package, and you're only going to get 2 of the sheets. They're 2 different sheets, so everybody will get the same words. So that will be available. I'm going to go on ahead and I'm going to glue these down now. And again, make sure that you are matching the diagonals of the DSP. So not a lot of classes in December. I have Stamp and Sip. I have 2 techniques classes. I have 1 card class, sympathy and birthday. And I probably, because I have the words, I probably will be using the new stamp set with the words that's coming in the new catalog, the mini catalog. There's a great stamp set coming for sympathy and get well and religious words. So, but all of the cards can also be used as birthday cards too. So, either way. Okay, and this one. So, we have been laughing about, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In North Missouri, 40-some years ago, my first teaching experience, I was at sorority, and everybody was asking, when they were planning the Thanksgiving dinner, who was making the noodles? I had never heard of anything like that, ever. And so that's the big thing. We were talking about it even at tailgating yesterday. And they're like, oh my gosh, those of them that have noodles, they're like, you have to have the noodles. And you put the noodles on top of mashed potatoes. I'm like, this is weird. But anyhow, how many of you are noodle people? And they make them. A lot of people make them by hand. Yeah, we made them by hand. We made them by hand and cut them by hand. And after about the second time of doing that, let me tell you what, Frozen Reams noodles taste exactly the same, and it's just fine. So we'll do the frozen noodles. But people need the noodles. They are like, you've got to have the noodles. So here we go. Now we've got to get it from here, these pieces, to this. So how are we going to do that? We're going to start by taking this one, and we're only going to adhere the adhesive where one strip goes. This is that one that we had that was 5.5 by 7.5. Okay? And I'm going to take the long piece and I'm going to adhere it right here to the top. And I want to make sure. I know. Let me tell you, it's a big thing. Don't you mess with their noodles. Don't mess with the noodles. Okay? So we're going to start with that right now. And then we're going to go on ahead and we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to adhere it at the bottom. And all I'm doing is measuring this by laying this beside it. And then put these in. I had never heard of it either, and my mother, gosh love her, she's like, well, I can make noodles. We always made noodles. I'm like, you never made noodles. And she said, well, I can. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And I'm danged if that year for Christmas, when I came home for Christmas and we had Christmas dinner, there were noodles. It's like, well, hello there. She can make noodles. And she did it for several years. In fact, she got in trouble one year because she didn't take noodles to my sister's house for Thanksgiving. And the grandsons all came in and they're like, where are the noodles? And she's like, oh my gosh. Yes, that's exactly it. They serve the noodles over mashed potatoes, and then they don't put gravy on top of that. They turn around and they put the juice from the noodles. That's what they do. And I'm like, good grief. So don't you mess with anybody's noodles. And then you have this space in the middle and you're going to use your eyes. And look at there, I messed one up. I got to rotate this. Because I had it turned the other way and you probably caught it as I was doing it. All right, we're going to put this in just like so. And we got that much gone. Okay, so now we're going to bend these in. And we're going to bend back. And we're going to put these the opposite way. So I'm going to put the adhesive on this end. And fold it back. Okay? And do the same thing with this. So really, the card itself, it's not a problem to do. The problem comes with doing all the cutting. And being precise. And one more. I have the PDF ready. And we'll post that tomorrow. Along with, I'll turn this into a YouTube video. Okay. And I want to adhere this one better. When I pulled it up and rotated it, it needs to have a little more adhesive put down. One of our friends at church, she and her 4 sisters gathered together over the weekend to have their noodle making party. So they all made the noodles that their mom had made for them years ago. So there's the card, guys. We are that close to having it finished. We're going to turn around, and I'm going to adhere this straight flat. I'm going to put a strip here. I'm going to put one in the middle, or one in the bottom, and then I'm going to come to the middle and put some adhesive. And I'm going to go on ahead and put this down, and that's how fast this card comes together. I've already done all of my stamping, which is very minimal. I believe I have some dimensionals. We couldn't figure out where it's been. North Missouri and Iowa, a lot of people up there. But now, Maria, you're up in Wisconsin. Did you grow up there in Wisconsin that you didn't have the noodles, or did they maybe do noodles up there and you grew up someplace south? Because I always thought it was a regional thing. I thought it was the northern states more so. We're going to put this here. I love this Merry Christmas. And to finish it up, we're going to adhere some of these gems on it. We are good. We are good. So let's go on ahead and put a couple of these on here. And then we're going to use some of the colored ones because, I like the colors. I do. I like those too. I'm going to come down and do a couple more down here. And our card is done. Maria's in Michigan. That's right. I don't know why I said Wisconsin. She's in Michigan. So do they not do the noodles up there, Lynn, where you're at, other than that bakery that you were talking about? Yeah, I was wrong. I had it mixed up. Hey, while I'm thinking about it too, guys, catalogs should be in tomorrow. I believe they are coming tomorrow. So if you are wanting a catalog for the new mini catalog, send me a text or something so that I know that you want them so I can get them sent to you. Arla, you had noodles sometimes, and your mom was from Risco, Missouri. I have never heard of Risco. I'll have to go look that up. So there's my card, guys. I use this for the techniques class, the beginning of November. This is a fun card, and it's easy to do. I liked the whole using the same colors here because I like the coordination, and then the mats. But you could easily do the strips a different color. Make the strips a completely different color, and then it would really make these, when you laid this down, if this was real red, it'd make these two places here pop with the secret C or a different color. So just change it up. Maria says the German community up here does noodles and mashed potatoes with fried chicken, but not together. I don't put my noodles on mashed potatoes. I'm sorry. That is not my thing. Jonna, did your mother make noodles? I would assume that your mother, being the cook she was, and that Lee liking to eat the food that he did, I would bet money that your mama made noodles. So, anyhow, guys, there's my card for today. Remember, tomorrow I will be posting this on my blog so you can print off the measurements. I also am having a very limited, handmade noodles, I knew it. A very limited number of Christmas tags available using this DSP. So if you're interested in this, you might reach out fast, because I know that from people saying, hey, I wanted that class and you're not able to have it yet, and I already put them on the list. I know that we have already got half the class filled. So if this is something you're wanting to be part of, it's a $25 class and it's product based. So you're going to get the paper, and a package of the ribbon that I messed up here, not the ribbon, but the baker's twine. And you will get all of the mats and pre-cut. I will pre-cut all the papers for you. And you'll have the cardstock mats and the white mats. You have to do your own stamping. And you will get 2 sheets of these gold labels. There's those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then there's another whole set that another 12, I believe, that are all different. So 24 different tags. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and you will not get the greeting card, but you'll get the pieces to make that as a tag too. So anyhow, guys, that is it. I hope each of you have a wonderful Thanksgiving with your family and friends. Have a lot of turkey and dressing. And you know what? Go on ahead and make noodles. But better yet, just go and buy them at Reams. Go get the frozen Reams noodles. They're just as good. Just don't tell anybody about them frozen. Anyhow, that's it. Have a great Thanksgiving, and we will see you next week, all right? Take care. Bye-bye.